piled up the points in the paint the way they did in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, that's been a little bit of a trend. Our starts defensively. It's more, look, I don't want to discredit them. They came in with desperation. Obviously, they really wanted to get that first win. But our disposition in transition defense and also protecting the paint just was not at the level necessary to win a game on the road. And that's been a handful of our games. We've started slow defensively, and then we pick up as we get going, and that's proven to be very, very costly. That has to change.
What was that point? One reason why he went to UD in the second quarter when they rested as far as presence in the paint?
Yeah, I mean, to try to give a little bit more of an experienced defender, particularly with Sabonis. I thought UD's minutes actually were good. They were inspiring. He's throwing his body all over the place. We just need a lot more of that.
What turned in the rally to within 1 point late? Like, what did you see that all of a sudden clicked?
Yeah, it's not rocket science for us. We understand the answers to our test. Everybody has their own test, and you have your own identity to create, and we just have to fully commit to that and doing it together. We know what it is, and there's a stark difference to our disposition, activity, communication, effort, all of that in the second half with that desperation, as opposed to the start of the game, allowing so many easy baskets that just get a team in an incredible rhythm. And then also some quick shots, ill-advised shots in the first half just compounded, some of our defensive lapses. And in the second half, it was much more coherent. The activity was there, even if it wasn't perfect. And then offensively, we got the ball where we needed it to go. There was a little bit more ball and player movement, doing things together. And we're going to improve that. We're not that far away. It looks and feels sometimes that that it's worse than it is. It's very close. But we have to fully commit to get there.
So this is what you and your staff will obsess over, but in terms of why this is the way y'all come out of the gate, can you put your finger on?
I think it's irrelevant why. It's just, what are the solutions? Like I said, we know what our identity is. We know how we have to compete at this game together. On both ends of the court. We have that kind of disposition, and we have that that commitment defensively when we're fully engaged, and it's just proven to be extremely costly when we're not living on that razor's edge, and that's what we'll fix. We obviously have some time. We're not in a panic about it, but we don't want to wait. We don't want to wait anymore, particularly when we know the answers to the test. It's just a full commitment to do this connected and together on both ends.
Erik, how do you get back to that shot venue of three-point shots? As you were saying, in your wheelhouse, we still really haven't seen that this season. Why?
At times we have. There's been a couple games with that. Tonight was probably one of our worst intentional offensive games in terms of getting the ball where we needed to go, working together to generate the best looks. We took some quick shots that got us in trouble. That's more of an issue on the road. We succumbed to that a few too many times in the first half. I thought our intentions in the second half were much better offensively. And I know like the shots going in can skew your view of it, but that wasn't the case. We got the ball where it needed to go. You're working together to generate the shots that are in our wheelhouse, and you live with the results, whether they go in or out or not. But we have to be way more consistent, to our identity offensively, and we know what it is. We just have been testing the fences to see if we can do it another way. That pain of losing will get us to change it quickly.
Thoughts on Tyler's night tonight? Obviously not a winning effort, but...
Yeah, that's the most important thing. That's the most important thing. You have to impact winning.
Just early on in the season, and that idea that as he's ascended, you now, as a young guy, have to figure out how to do it every night on both ends. Just what have you seen out of him?
Yeah, look, I can point to any individual. Right now, this is about the collective group. How are we going to impact this thing together to impact winning? That's the bottom line. If we try to do it any other way, it's going to lead to an incredible amount of frustration. Anybody that's trying to do it on their own, anybody that's trying to self-will it, anybody that's trying to work any kind of individual goals with this, it ain't going to work. It ain't going to work on either end. We have to come together as a group, to figure this out and impact winning, which we, again, I know I'm repeating myself, we know the answers to the test. We can test the fences and do it a bunch of different ways that don't work, or, all right, we know what works, let's commit to that, and get to it right away, and get to it as consistently as you can. Even when we get to that, on the majority of the possessions during the course of the game, it doesn't guarantee a win, but it's going to put us in a position way more frequently. And I know our guys would rather live in impacting winning than the frustration of losing. But that's the nature of this business. It's tough to win in this league. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.